I wonder if she's excited.
She didn't know what it meant to be a nanny.
Excited?
She was just my dog.
Do you want to go for a walk?
But when a tiny human appeared in our home, Frankie decided on her own that this was now her job.
Frank, you can push it open.
When I put my daughter down for bed, Frankie is always nearby. She lies right there in the room, sometimes by the crib, sometimes by the door. She watches every movement closely, as if checking that everything is okay.
Can I help you with something?
I often catch myself thinking that she really acts like a nanny dog. Everything she does and everything they do together feels very tender and sometimes even a little funny.
You gonna put it on her? Yeah. Okay.
Frankie was never a particularly playful dog. She's calm and thoughtful by nature. But when my daughter came along, something changed. Now we often play together, the three of us. My daughter pets her fur or rests her head against her side, and Frankie lies there patiently, as if guarding that moment.
Can I help you?
I think Frankie felt this new role on her own. Before, she was just my dog, and when the baby arrived, it was like she decided she had to protect her. Their bond didn't happen right away. It grew quietly, slowly, over time. I adopted Frankie about 5.5 years ago. I grew up around St. Bernards, so I had always dreamed of a big, calm dog. I drove all the way to Iowa to get Frankie. It was a long trip, but from that day on, it was always just the two of us. She was my world, my constant, my anchor. When I was pregnant, of course, Frankie didn't understand what was coming. Life felt normal to her. And when we brought our daughter home for the first time, Frankie acted a little strange.
Gentle. That's your sister.
She was somewhat distant, even dramatic. She sat on the other side of the room and gave me side-eye like she was trying to figure out what was happening.
Hi.
At first, she kept her distance, but everything changed once Frankie realized that my daughter could feed her. That moment was a turning point. Curiosity quickly won over caution. From then on, she stayed in the room with us but still kept some space, not out of fear, but out of responsibility. She needed to understand what her new role was. It was as if she decided that if she was no longer the baby of the house, she would become the main protector. Frankie was always close, but she carefully controlled the space between herself and my daughter. Over time, the tension faded. There was more play, more joy, more trust. Now they are truly together. Frankie calmly lets my daughter pet her, brush her tail, and sometimes even give her awkward hugs. I often hear myself saying, "Are you brushing her tail? That's very thoughtful." And Frankie seems to agree. We always go on walks together. Frankie loves dog parks and dog beaches. Before, she barely played there because my daughter was with us. Frankie felt like she had to protect her from the other dogs at all times. She watched everything closely and never fully relaxed. Now I often call us my girl gang, me, my daughter, and Frankie. And there's something very warm and right about that. I always knew Frankie would be a family dog, even before I had a family. She needed time to adjust, to understand her place, but in the end, everything became exactly how I imagined it: calm, steady, and filled with love. If you enjoyed this story about Frankie, please like the video, leave a comment, and subscribe to the channel to see more touching and inspiring stories.